Foster Financial is a boutique retirement and investment services firm that works with individuals and employers who understand that when it comes to ensuring one's financial future, one size does not fit all. And here to share more about today's topic is Heather Foster. And Heather, we are talking all about health insurance. And there's a lot of people out there who say, man, I would really like to retire before 65, but I need my health insurance.
Yeah, and that's typically one of the first things that people say to us when they come is like, well, yeah, I would love a financial plan that could show me I could retire prior to 65, but I can't because of health insurance. So it comes up a lot that people believe in the mindset that they need to wait till 65 to retire because that's when Medicare starts.
Yes.
So there are paths though, and that's what I want to talk about today a little bit, is there is a path, multiple paths in fact, to get you to retire early prior to 65 and actually have a path to have health insurance. Now, the one big sticking point is legislative risk, meaning that these things can always change. So that some of the ideas that we'll talk about today, they could be subject to legislation risk, which means that if legislation changes happen, then the planning has to pivot. The important part is that somebody's working with a financial advisor that's actually doing strategic planning, because that financial advisor will be paying attention to any legislation changes that we see and will pivot the planning accordingly. So the first concept that we like to do is basically planning early, and it's setting you up in a way that a lot of people save money in a way that it'll cause them taxes later. So pre-tax accounts, if you got a 401k and you're pushing your contributions into that 401k pre-tax, or if you're making IRA contributions, what you've essentially done is you've created nothing but money that eventually when you go to pull any of it out will become taxable. So the pre-prep planning that we need to do is like Roth conversions, or saving money in a Roth account, or saving money in an after-tax way, where when you do retire, let's say at age 60 instead of 65, you can strategically live off the pots of money that you've saved that you can pull out tax-free. Therefore, it effectively does not show up on your tax return, 1040, and therefore it will give you a subsidy, a very healthy subsidy, in fact, and pay most of that premium from 60 to 65 when you're Medicare age. So, but this takes planning and prepping ahead of time. We typically like to get with people, you know, at least 3 to 5 years prior to retirement.
3 to 5 years.
3 to 5 years.
Okay.
So that it gives us the time to lay out a strategic plan from a tax perspective to build a bucket of money that's enough to supplement their income needs from 60 to 65. Then once they hit 65, they go on Medicare, we can begin to live on some of that pre-tax money, but there's strategic planning that we can do. We call this health insurance subsidy planning, which is exactly what it is. It's health insurance planning. It's done prior to retirement, so that way once you actually retire and pull the trigger, we can use buckets of money strategically.
All right, Heather, thank you so much. And if you guys want more information on how to retire before 65 and get that health insurance that you need, of course, you can always reach out to Foster Financial, and all of that information is on your screen.